And I'll do that for the recording. We're going to do circuits, warming up for our weight training segment today. So here we go. Back to the back. We're going to go heel toe, heel toe. So we're taking 2 or 3 steps. That's it. Then when you go back, it's a toe heel plant, toe heel plant, toe heel plant. So I'm not going super fast. You can do that another couple of times, but after we've done 3 steps forward, 3 steps back, and we'll only do this whole segment one more time, and then we'll move on. I'm going to cross over. Okay, so whenever I cross over, I'm in neutral. I cross over, my feet are forward. Okay, then I'm going to come back to neutral, cross over, say rib cage up, don't lean, shoulders down, my knees are soft. Okay, then I'm going to step into the front of my chair, and I'm going to do a squat or a chair to stand kind of a thing. And I might do that 2 or 3 times, but here I am standing, sitting. When I stand up now, there's my target. See the pillow? So I'm going to go step into the middle of that pillow. Do not lean, over lean forward. Then I'm going to step back. Then I'm going to step into the pillow, and it's going to throw you all over the place. It's supposed to. That's your proprioceptive systems getting going. Okay, we're going to go through that whole circuit one more time. Here we go. So if you notice, I've been doing a lot of joint type motion. I'm going to go heel toe. I'm going to go heel toe. I'm going to go heel toe. Do not over lean to the front. Then I'm going to go back, same way, but I'm going to go toe heel, and I'm taking the time to do a pronounced push into the heel. Okay, that starts warming up your Achilles, your plantar fascia, the whole calf. So see what I did? I stepped over, but my toes are forward. Then I come back. Then I step over the other way. Don't over lean. Stay rib cage up, shoulders down. And again, you can do this many times and then come back. Tight tummy. Then I'm going to step into my chair. I'm going to go sit to stand, or you could say a squat. I might do that. You can do it 2 or 3 times if you want to. After you've done that, then you're going to step forward into the pillow. You see how it pushed me? It's going to push you. It's supposed to. But here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to over lean from the knee, and you don't want to lean in like that. Okay? And then you can do that 2 or 3 times. Okay, this simple little circuit of a warm-up is very effective, and it's great for a small space. Okay, so after I've done that several times, now I'm ready to start loading. So how am I going to load? I'm going to pick up a 6-pound weighted ball. Okay, I don't know if you have a weighted ball. If you don't have a weighted ball, it's a very simple thing to go get in your cabinet and get you a bag of beans, a bag of rice, a bag of potatoes, whatever. Okay? So once you have something, and let's say you have a ball, but maybe it's not a weighted ball, that's okay too. Okay, so I'm going to step wide, and now I'm going to do, I did forward and back motions. I did just a little bit of crossovers, but now I'm going to do that very foundational, very important cross chop. Okay, I'm going to do 3 to 6 on one side. See that? And here's the deal that you should notice. I'm not going all the way down below my knee yet. Okay, the first set, I'm going just to the knee. Okay, and here's the other thing. As you're coming down right here, Push your butt back. Don't lean into that move. Okie dokie. Now stay tight. Come right here to the center with your weight load or your ball. Okay, see that? See how I'm just putting it into my hand. I'm turning and I'm holding it in this position with a hip knee bend. So hold it right here in the middle. Reach out and sit back into your heels. Then come back. Reach out, sit back into your heels and come back. Reach out, sit back into your heels. Make sure if you have a weighted ball or you have a weighted anything, that your tummy is super tight as you're pushing your hips back right here, okay? Just like that, all right? Okay, now we're gonna do the other side cross chop. So I'm gonna go from here to here. So switch. So as I come down, when I get right here to the middle, if I were with you right this moment, I'd be standing here and my hand would be right in the middle of your back and your hip. I want your hip pushing back as you're keeping your chin tucked. Then you're gonna bring it back up. We're doing this maybe 4 to 6 times. Here we go, push, drop your shoulders. Here we go, push, drop your chin in, breath. And when you come down, you go into your heels. Go into your heels, right there. Da. Take a breath. Okay, hold it right here. Bring it right between the legs. Come right to here. Now, what we're gonna do is something that many of us don't normally do anymore. We're gonna toss. We're not gonna toss very much, but here's the deal. I hope you're hearing me. When you toss and you come down like that, you have to be supporting yourself right here. You have to be pushing through your hips. I want these and these and these to work. I want my back to work, but my back is working in stability. Okay, so I'm gonna go toss, bring it under, toss, bring it under, toss, bring it under. Make sure you're pushing your hip back into your heels. Big press, big press. Just 2 more. Heels, and 1 more. There you go. Bring it right over here in one hand. Okay, step forward and back. So I have a split stance, basically. Once you put your weighted object, whatever it is, whether it's a can of food, and it could be little, okay? It could be just a few ounces, that's okay. All I want you to do is come to the top of your head. See, it's just above the ear. See, I'm pushing my thumb there. Okay, here's my question to you. I'm doing some real specific movement patterns, and you have to look at these little checkpoints, okay? When I go like this, can you see your elbow right here? Okay? Because see, most of us want to do this. So I don't want to do that right now. See that? And I am a big split stance. I am all 4 corners of my foot in the front, all 4 corners in the back. But here's the deal. See, as I go right here to right here, see my thumb is touching right above my ear. My elbow is forward. Boom, boom. Tummy's tight. I have a big split stance. My knees are soft. They are not locked. My elbows forward. Keep checking that because you keep wanting to let it drift. Okay, it's a whole different move, different muscle usage. So you should be really starting to feel that back calf. Breath, breath. The knees are soft. Just 1 or 2 more. Stay with me, elbow forward. See, I don't go up very high. Look, look, look. See right here? Look at my thumb. My thumb is right here above my ear. If you keep going way up, that is way too much for shoulder issues, okay? I'm trying to help you get strong and not put your joints at risk, especially shoulders. If you've ever had a shoulder issue, whoa, it can stop you in your tracks. Okay, step up, hold the ball right in the middle. So I know I did this hand, right? And I was stepped out like this. So I'm going to do the opposite. But before I do that, I'm going to bring my heel forward, because you should have started to build up a lot of tension in the back of the calf of the leg that was behind, okay? This little interset that we're doing right here with the toe pulled forward can really help mitigate that tightness, okay? You just reset, that's all. Okay, so now I'm gonna step forward with the other leg. You can go as far out as you want, but if you're struggling with your balance, don't turn your little toes out like a duck. Open your base, widen your base, but don't turn your toes out, especially the back one, okay? Go as wide as you want to. It can be this can be a very intense move, especially for balance and so forth. If you go really, really wide, you don't have to. Okay, so I'm just gonna test you right now. So the object, whether it's a can of food, whether it's a bean, a bag full of beans, or a weighted ball, when I go up, my thumb is touching about 3 inches above my ear. My elbow is pointing forward. Then I'm just going to come right down, put that weight right there, tighten your tummy, unlock your knees. Yes. Okay, drop your shoulders in through the nose, out through the nose. We go right here. We go right here. We go right there. See, I'm putting my thumb right on my head. Because if you don't, I know so many of you are going to go way up too high. I don't want you to go up too high yet. See, it's right there. It's right here. Right here. Soften your knees. Big breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Yeah, I see you guys out there. Hang in there with me. Hang in there with me. Just two more. Just two more. See, from the shoulder to just the top of the head, and the thumb needs to touch the head and bring that elbow in. Bring that elbow in. Bring it back down. Bring it back down. Yay. Come back up. Okay. Do that little toe pull, that little curtsy type move. Okay. See that? See that? Yeah. See, I'm just hanging on here to that weighted ball. Just tucking it under there like I'm running down the field with a football right there. Okay. See that? Yeah. Here we go. Good. All right. So here's my weighted ball. Here's my chair, right? So I'm going to come into a sit down. Okay. And I'm going to revisit that whole circuit that I did with the warm-up. It's going to be done a little differently each time. But here I am. It's a sit to stand. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put my weighted ball right here. Okay. I'm not going to put it here. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to just like press it right into my sternum right here. Okay. You got it? Okay. When you lean in, I want you to tuck your elbows. Lean in just like this. Okay. And so if you're somebody out there that has a hand injury, you can help your other hand. See, you can do this. Okay. I won't say names. Okay. Okay. I hope you're doing okay. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. Listen, the minute you come into here, like you're going to stand up, do you know what you're doing? Especially, I have a 6-pound weighted ball here. When I come here with my elbows in, I start pushing into my heels. I keep my tummy tight, my shoulders down, because my back extensors are really coming into play now, okay? Give them a chance. Here we go. We're going to stand up. So here, push into the heels. Ah, right here. Then we're gonna take our ball with both hands. It's not heavy, but the elbows. The elbows are in. That is gonna give you the challenge, but it's gonna keep you safe. So I'm gonna come right down here as if I'm gonna sit down, but I don't. And then I come right back up. Then I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna sit down, heels, and then I come back up. So I'm gonna bring that ball right down under my chin. Then as I go up, I do not wanna separate my elbows, okay? So that's how come I did that little move that we did to begin with to help get our elbows going forward. Take a breath, act like you're gonna sit all the way down in your chair, but then don't. So that means you've got to go to your heels and then come back up. And if you want to really push yourself, go right on down, tap, and then come back up. If you don't tap, you won't work quite as hard, and that's okay. So some of us can go on down, some of us can't. So you go down as far as you can with good form, in through the nose, out through the nose, heels, 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 heels. Just go down part way. You don't have to go all the way down. Okay, stay with me, stay with me. I'm doing all these with you. Okay, all we're gonna do is 3 more, that's it. Breath, elbows in, elbows in. Elbows in, elbows in, heels, breathe. Was that 3? Oh, okay. Okay, that was 3. Okay, put your weight load right in front of you. See that? Put your weight load right in front of you. Okay, so I'm right here. I'm gonna do that move that we've already practiced. See here? I'm gonna step here, okay? Look at my knee. My knee is in line pretty much with my ankle, okay? Don't take the knee out over the toe is the point. Okay, it's right in the middle. Now I'm gonna put my hands down there. I'm gonna try my best to hold balance, and I'm just gonna bring that heel up in the back. See that? This stays bent. Woo! In through the nose, out through the nose. Knee stays bent. Press into the full foot. The full foot. Those of you out there that might have issues with hamstrings, be careful with this one. As a matter of fact, if you can put your hands on something in front of you, a chair, a couch, a wall, that's how I want you to do it. Not even a choice. Put your hands on something, keep your knee bent, bring the heel up and back, and then tap. Up and back, and then tap. Put your hands on something in front of you. You don't have anything in front of you, you use your pole, because this is really gonna push hamstrings, okay? So, knee is soft, rib cage up, bring that heel in the back up, keep your knee soft. You should be on all 4 corners of your foot that's on the pillow. Okay, I'm just gonna do 2 more little taps. Stay with me, stay with me. Woo! Now, back down and back off. Should have been feeling that right in here and right here. So, we're gonna do the other leg now, okay? If you're somebody who suffers from any kind of ankle or especially hamstring issues, you have to put your hands on something in the front. You're still gonna use your hamstring. You just won't overuse it. I hope that's making sense for you. So I just showed you, I can do it with a stick, a pole. Okay, are you ready? Other leg. Before we go into it, I want you to take your hands, bring that thumb again to your ear, reach back, and then swoop under, okay? So you're sitting into your feet, into your heels, a little hip hinge. Bring the other hand, thumb to the ear, go all the way back, swoop down, okay? This type of a break that we're doing right here, if you're careful with the way you're lining up, is such a valuable move for recovery. Okay, are you ready? Take the other leg, the other foot, put it right in the middle of your pillow. Again, if you're somebody with those issues, especially if you've had plantar fasciitis, knee problems, especially hamstring issues, you must put your hands on something in the front, whether it's a pillow or whether it's a wall, a chair back, whatever. You got to do that. So my foot is back. If I'm not going to be using anything assistive device, again, everybody's knee is soft right here. Rib cage is up, shoulders are down. I'm going to really press into my whole foot and I'm going to lift my heel. So you saw me grab my pole. If you're using a pole, if you're using a chair back, if you're using a wall, I picked this up because I could tell that I was over leaning in order to do this move. And I was using all those stronger muscles. I want to use the weaker muscles. That means I have to line up properly, okay? So my knee is soft. I'm lifting, I'm using my bar here because this is my challenge side and I know it. And if I didn't push on something, I would be over leaning and then I would not be using the very muscles that I'm trying to help us all use. But I am now because I'm feeling it. Otherwise, I would be over leaning too much. Okay, take a breath, drop your shoulders, take a breath, press into that whole foot, press, keep your shoulders down if you're holding on to something, just a couple more. Yeah, a couple, you know what a couple means, right? Yeah, it's between 2 and 20. That way I don't get yelled at by Kathy. Okay, just 2 more. Duh! 1 more. And come back off of there. Yay. Toes are forward. Turn. Don't pivot your toe. You're going to turn. Don't pivot. How do you not pivot? You stay locked down on all 4 corners of your foot. Now we're going to pivot here in just a minute, but I'm not doing that now. See, if I don't pivot, if I'm sitting back into my heels with my knees bent and I turn, and here's the operative word, I'm turning. I'm not slinging, okay? This move is a contraindicated move. Generally, that means it's a no-no move for people who have osteoporosis. But when you do it in control, like we're doing it right now, it's okay. It's pretty safe. See, I'm not slinging. My knees are bent. I'm pushing into my heels. My rib cage is up. My shoulders are down. My elbows are bent. See that? That helps me not to sling. Okay, this move will get you out of trouble with tight muscles in your back, in your hips, all the way down without slinging like normally people do, okay? So now I'm gonna stay open And now I'm going to do the same kind of a thing, but I am going to pivot because I want you to see the difference. Do you see that? Do you see how I pivoted this toe? And see here, my knee is down here. And again, my elbows need to be in here because you know why? Because if I go ahead and do like this and you see me doing this, you're going to interpret that as just a slinging type of a move. That's not what we're doing. So my elbows are bent, I'm pivoted, and I'm turning as if I was going to shoot a ball to somebody. And then I come here, toes forward, turn that heel, and act like you're going to shoot a ball to somebody. Okay, heels, pivot, that means turning the toe, and I'm right here. See? Oh, such a good recovery. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pick up my free weights. And you can have free weights as a jug of water. These are 10 pounds, by the way. Or you can pick up your free weights, whatever you'd like. We did a lot of warming up with our joints. So this that I'm going to pick up right now is going to be challenging. So I'm picking up, for instance, a 12 pound and a 12 pound. Okay. You're going to pick up what is a challenge to you. Okay. So I'm going to pick up 12 and 12. All right. So we're going to go back to our little circuit. Okay. Yeah, you can build all kinds of elaborate circuits. However, if you start getting sloppy in your circuit or you don't progress in intensity of movement, well, then you just kind of start going through the motion. So here we go, 12 and 12. I'm going to go right down here as if I'm going to sit down. Then I'm going to turn and take it to the side. So this means my shoulders now have to engage. Now I'm going to go right on down. I'm going to sit. And I'm going to come right into this position. And in this position, I'm going to come forward. And I'm going to hammer down. I'm going to hammer up. Okay. So again, this is a challenging weight. Or it should be. So for me, I picked up a 12 and a 12. You pick up whatever is going to challenge you and keep yourself joint safe. Okay. So here I go. I'm going to go forward. My rib cage is up. I'm going to take them both down. So this means a double pull across my back. Okay. Do not flare your elbows. Okay. So when you're starting to come up and it's a little heavy, typically I will see come up and it's a little heavy and I'll see an elbow being thrown. Don't do it. Okay. That would be a mistake. Lighten your weight if you need to. Here we go. Yeah! Right there. And back down. I'm going to do one more. Okay, good. Now I'm going to keep one here. I'm going to take one down. Bring it up. I'm going to take one down. Bring it up. And you see the forward motion? Okay, the forward motion that I'm doing is coming from where? Everybody should be screaming at their screens. It's coming from your hip, Jeannie. And I would say, you are smart little slugs. Okay. Keep your shoulder, your chin down. Keep your rib cage up. I'm doing one at a time. So I'm varying the form that I'm lifting. Okay. Yes, it's a challenging weight. Or it could just be a little bit of a weight, okay? Depending on what you got going on with you. Okay, when I lean in, see now I'm really innervating my back extensors. They are hanging on to me here. Take a big breath. All the way down, all the way back. So I started with both weights together. Then I went to alternating lifts. This is a hammer curl position with my hands, okay? And now I'm gonna simply turn my weight. See that? So now when I come down, I'm gonna go through my hips. I'm gonna say rib cage up. Now I'm in a palm up position. And I'm doing one at a time, one arm at a time, okay? So rib cage up, shoulders down, in through the nose, out through the nose, and I'm going all the way down and all the way back. I'm still using my hip movement position because I'm trying to help you innervate and get those back extensors to assist you in this movement pattern, okay? Okay, I'm gonna do one more here, okay? Now hang on with me. Big breath. Now we're gonna take them both, but not all the way, and then come back, okay? Stay with me. This is going right across your whole core. The back extensors through the shoulder. Your shoulders have to be down. Duh. Breathe in through the nose. Now out. In through the nose. Out. In through the nose. And you go out through the nose if you can, but if you have to use your mouth to exhale, that's fine too. Again, for those who might be picking this up on YouTube that didn't get the history of why I'm saying nose, nose, nose. There's real value in learning how to breathe through your nose. It's not just for smelling, it's for breathing. Okay? Your mouth is only a secondary breathing source for emergencies. We've got to learn how to deep breathe, diaphragmatic breathe, and that's the best way done through your nose, in and out. Okay? Some of you might be screaming. Do you know how many you've done? No, but Kathy does. Stay with me. Drop your shoulders, rib cage up. Just three more, just three more. Stay with me. In through the nose, out through the nose. Woo. Okay, one more, one more. Here we go. Okay, before you put them down, I know you're like going, oh, let me drop these weight. Don't do it yet, don't do it yet. See, they're right here. See, they're right here. Now I'm gonna go to that top of that ear that we practiced, remember? Practice all through the warm up. Which position is my elbow? Yes, it's straight forward. Duh. And I'm just gonna go just to the top of my head. Say rib cage up. Breathe into the nose. Go. 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 Keep your shoulders down. You're just barely coming to the ear. Elbows forward. In through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Stay with me, stay with me. Just one more, one more. Okay. Put those heavier weights right there beside your feet. Shake out those hands. Do a pendulum. Okay, this is where you swing. Try to avoid swinging your arms when we're doing the side to side thing, because I want you to, especially have a lot of people that has and is dealing with osteoporosis issues, okay? You don't want to be moving in out of control situations, which is what a swing is, okay? So see, for instance, just take this move and then we're ready to go to the next thing. So if I lean in, my shoulders are down, and I bend my elbows a little, and then I come up using my muscles. See that? Okay. Then forget the arm bend and just swing. See this? This is a whole different paradigm, a whole different use of your muscles. All right. And then open wide, come under the chin, right across the chest, drop your shoulders, and just reset, recover. Take a big breath, drop the shoulders, open wide. Here we go. And drop the shoulders. Woo! Take a big breath. Yes. Okay. Okay, here's our weights right here. We still have them, right? We're going to use them in our little circuit that we set up. Are you ready? So again, I have 12 pounds on either side. It should be just challenging for you, okay? And if you're somebody that's recovering from some kind of an injury, then you should go lighter. That's just the way it is, okay? Okay, here we go. I got my weights here. I'm gonna stand up with 24 pounds, right? So I'm gonna come into here. I'm gonna push into my heels. I'm gonna come right to here and right to here. Yes? Then do you remember how we did that big step into the pad? Do you remember that? Well, here I am. I'm gonna come a little closer. And I'm going to get my ball out of the way there. And I'm gonna put my foot right in the middle of that unstable surface. By virtue of putting your foot on an unstable surface, you are going to work harder. You need to be aware of your joint action, okay? So my knee is soft. So I'm right here, and I'm going to bring those weights right here. See that? I'm going to press into that foot that is up on that pillow. I'm going to come off the ground with my heel and back. See that? Then I'm going to take these and I'm going to not bend my elbows at all because I want to pull through the shoulder blades. So I'm pulling through the shoulder. I'm rolling the shoulder blades into my back while I'm putting pressure on that front leg. See, there's hardly no pressure on the back leg. As a matter of fact, if you can do this shoulder roll in and get that toe off the ground, then you're gonna have a much more challenging move here. Take a breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Again, don't bend the elbows, the shoulders are where it's at. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your knee that's on the pad soft. Lift, pull. Here we go, lift, pull. Here we go, lift, pull, and come back, and come back, and come back. Take a big deep breath. Okay. The foot that was on the pillow, you should have felt like a shot going right into your gluteal. Turn that toe out just for a second. It'll release it totally, okay? Then you bring it back. All right, you ready for the next one? Of course you are. Okay, other foot goes right in the middle of the pillow. Okie dokie. Get yourself in good position so that you can think about lifting the foot off the ground in the back. You don't have to, okay? Here we go. So I'm gonna be pressing into that whole front foot. Come on, Ruby. Ruby has learned helplessness. My teachers out there are laughing. She wants me to throw her up onto the, she could jump, but she is acting like she can't. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Shoulders in. So I might add this particular move, especially if you know you have osteoporosis or you've had shoulder issues. This is a great move, but you do have to be mindful that you're pulling into the middle upper back. This is what this move is designed to really push. Then if you want to push your core and your leg more, then of course you think about pulling up and bringing that toe off the ground in the back. But if you can't do that all while you're doing this heavier weight, and again, I can't stress, if you know you have osteoporosis, you have to be very careful with this move. It's a great move, but you have to be progressive with it. Number one, you got to make sure you're doing the right move. Number two, you're rolling the shoulder blades into your back. You're not using your arms right here, okay? You're only hanging on to the weight with your arms. It's the shoulder and the upper middle back that's doing this work. Just 3 more, 3 more, 3 more. Oh, keep your shoulders down. Oh, keep your shoulders down. Oh, and come off. So that front leg, you should feel like you had a shot right in there. Turn your toe out. That's all you got to do. Keep your knees soft. Immediate relief. I know. Who thought? Who would have thought? Okay. These are heavier weights, correct? So we're going to go back before we sit down with these again, which I'm going to. If you want to rest, you put them right here like that. Okay. You can do this with cans of food. You can do it with a jug filled up with water. You can do it with free weights. You can do it with light weights or very heavy weights. Okay, now bring them right here as if you were carrying 2 buckets of something. Go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. See, you're not gonna, if you have a bucket filled up with water, you are not gonna pull that hand up much or you'll lose your load, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's very different going heel, toe, stabilizing through the shoulders, keeping still from the elbow down, then go back, toe, heel, keep your shoulders down, toe, heel. It should be a challenging weight load for you, okay? Take a big deep breath, yes. Cross over, you remember that move? Cross over. So let me ask you about that move. I have 24 pounds hanging off my shoulders. If you have some kind of issues with any joints, typically you're going to try to lock your knees. Don't do that, okay? So shoulders are down, knees are soft. We step over, our toes are forward, but our knees are not locked. Okay, so I'm just going to do this a couple of times with this weight load. Okay, and I'm going to take it a step further now. I'm going to take and hang on to these. I'm going to bring them up. I'm going to put them right onto my shoulders. My hands are free, but my thumbs are holding them. Okay, number 1, drop your shoulders. Number 2, tuck your chin in. Belly button is always in, right? Of course. And you're saying rib cage up. So we just did this, correct? And I was ragging on you for not locking your knees because you tend to want to lock your knees. Don't do that. Okay, now we're going to go behind. So I'm going to shift. So I'm not going to do it all once. I got a heavy load here. I'm going to shift. I'm going to scoot my toe back. Then I'm going to go cross my foot in the back. Soften up your knees. Bring it back. Okay, you ready? Soften the knees. Shift. Okay, now bring the leg back and cross over as far as you can. So I'm not going to my heel here. I'm just going to my toe. Okay, so these are little tasks that's going to make it a probable good outcome if in fact you do trip or fall, because I'm trying to take you in different planes of motion. Okay, with these heavy weights, I'm going to step here in front of my chair. I'm going to go down. I'm going to have a sit. Okay, so before, when we were using a pretty good weight, we were targeting the front. Okay, now we're going to target the back, arms, not just your shoulder blades. Okay, so this should be a pretty challenging weight. Why? Because you have 3 heads to your tricep muscle. It takes a lot to innervate it. So I'm going to come into a forward bend position. My elbows are gonna be right here. And all I'm gonna do with my shoulders down is straighten my elbow. I'm not lifting. I'm bending and then I'm straightening. So I'm doing what's called a push-pull. See, I'm not really lifting. I'm pushing and pulling back. That's the same action that you do when you're pushing and pulling in a rowboat, in gardening moves, many sports moves, working activities. So drop your shoulders, stay in a forward bend from your hip, tight tummy, keep your shoulders down, and all I'm doing is straightening that heavy weight, straightening it. Bring it in, straightening it. Bringing it in, straighten it. Bring it in, straighten it. Bring it in and hold it right there and then go push, push. These are little tiny flicks. Push, push, push. Two more, push and push. Put those weights right down there. Woo! Open out. So now you're slapping yourself on the shoulders and back. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Yay. Okay. Take a big breath. Now we're going to do some body weight with the backs of the arms. So what am I going to do? Number one, pull the elbows in. Number two, step out here. Okay, don't leave your feet under here. You will impinge your knee. Okay, so go out. Scoot yourself to the very end of the chair. Yeah, some of you are getting a little scared here. This is called learning how to be strong enough to manage your own body weight. Okay? So my elbows are in, my shoulders are down. I'm gonna sneak my butt off the chair just until I feel the backs of my arms engage. See, it wasn't much. It was like 3 inches at the most. See that? Okay. So here I go. Drop the shoulders, sneak, and then come back up. And then sneak back down and come back up. Do 1 and rest. Do 2 or 3 and rest. Try to get where you can do like 5 or 6 before you have to rest. But your form is everything. Okay, keep your elbows in. Tighten the tummy. Drop your shoulders. Boom. See that? That's all I'm doing is I'm bending at the elbow, straightening. Okay? I'm not moving this. I'm going into my heels. Breath. Breath. In through the nose. Out through the nose if you can. This is a good time to practice the in through the nose, out through the nose thing. You just got to think about it. Be on your heels. Yeah. Just 2 more. There you go. Swing your arms. Okay. Let me point out something on this move. This move has been raked over the coals by many exercise people. Okay, I won't call them physiologists because physiologists generally know this is a great move. It's the way you execute it that can either make it not very good. So here's the deal. Look at my shoulders, okay? When I go down, I don't go any further than that. See, I'm not hurting my shoulder. I'm strengthening all of this. If you, however, ignore this and you think, oh, I can go down further than that, look at me. I would say, well, that's a mistake. You want to avoid this. Do you see my shoulders? Yeah, you don't want that, okay? You want targeted here. That's what you want. Okay, now after we've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these heavy weights. I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna do what's called a bent over row, okay? And I'm gonna stand. So I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be bent over, and I'm gonna go pull and pull and pull. So my shoulder blade goes and rolls into my back. Big breath. Ribcage up. Yeah. Pull. Go. Yeah. Go. Big breath. Big breath. 3 more. Yeah. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. And put those down and come back. Shake out, shake out, shake out. All right. Okay. How did we start this whole circuit? We started it with a simple movement pattern, correct? So we were back here, shake out. So as I do this, I'm going to go point forward, point back. I'm going to step, step, step. Be very mindful of what you're doing with your feet. You're going to go toe, heel, going back. You're going to hesitate. Toe, heel, okay? Then you cross over, put your hands way out there. Pull the palms up. Bring the elbows to the waist. Shoulders are down. Tummy is tight. My knees are soft. Go back out. All the way out there. Keep your chin tucked. Now come back. Bring those elbows in. Right into the waist. Just like that. Take a big deep breath. Step in front of the chair. Now we're going to go all the way down to the chair. We're going to grab our ankles. Okay? And as you grab your ankles, you're just going to come up. You may have to bring your hands up, and you're going to straighten the legs from a down position. Then you feel the stretch, you come back down and sit. I want to do this one more time because many of you, if you have sat too long, you're just like, oh man, I got to get up and stretch, but you don't know how to stretch. So if you have to hold your chair, that's fine. You bring the butt up, you grab your ankles, you straighten your legs, you pull yourself in, then you bend, then you go back down. Got it? Okay, last move, step forward. So when you step forward and you're on that unstable surface, now we're doing a cool down. So I'm going to stay on that surface. My feet are on all 4 corners. And I'm just doing a nice pendulum. But I'm not turning on my spine. Switch the lead leg. Set yourself down. Put your whole foot down, front and back. Then you do your pendulum. Okay? And you just do it gently, in good control. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Drop their shoulders. Shake out, shake out, shake out. Oh, you did weight training safely with a simple circuit that I kept revisiting and changing so that I got all of your muscles and all your joints in good working order. Okie dokie.